Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Venus and this is Venus Escapes to Read, and today we are doing a January book haul. Let's go. So this is a mix of library books and books that I purchased. I'm trying to be more intentional about the books that I buy, so I'm definitely going to be using the library a lot more this year. So the first few that I'll go through are all from the library. This first book is called Witch's Reign by Shannon Mayer. I mostly got it based off of the cover. It's a fantasy book, first in a series called Desert Curse series, and I love the horse, the witch, I believe, and the little baby dragon on the cover. I don't know too much about this, but I'm intrigued. The next book I actually did start reading, and it's called Mark of the Raven by Morgan Bussey, I'm sorry. And this is also part of a series. So far I'm liking it. It is kind of gives like beginner fantasy vibes. It's not really heavy on characters. The world building is very light. It's not really in depth. The main character, Lady Selene, she is the heir to the House of Ravenwood. There's different houses in it. Each house has a specific gift, and it's thought that the House of Ravenwood no longer has their gift, but they do, and it's called dream walking. So basically, she can get into people's dreams and manipulate their actions, and almost so to the point that she's an assassin, where she can manipulate their dreams so much and give them so much fear that they basically die in their sleep. So it's been pretty interesting so far. The next book is called The Bright Side of Going Dark by Kelly Harms, and so my library has this really cool section. When you walk in, there's this table, and it's books that are recommended by the librarians that work there. So I always stop by that table. I've gotten some really good picks from them. I love the little blurb on the back of this. It says, librarians and book lovers will fall for Amy, and Harms writes a great light read full of tears, laughter, and charming, relatable characters. So I can't wait to read this. This book is about a social media content creator who has like this huge following, and apparently her life behind the scenes does not match what she portrays online. So she's decided to take a step back from her channel. A hacker jumps in and impersonates her, and drama ensues. This is, I'm thinking more women's fiction, so cool. This next book, I'm so excited I was able to get this from the library. Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this. This is a romance book with pirates and a heavy female lead, strong female lead, and I can't wait to read this. This book was on so many people's like top romance books of 2021, so I'm excited. This next book was a book that I saw reviewed by Gabby Reads. I love all of her book recommendations, and this one is a horror. It's called Near the Bone by Christina Henry. From what I understand, it's about a couple that are either living in or vacationing in this house on the mountain, and there's trigger warnings. The husband is super abusive, and apparently there's some kind of monster either hunting them or some kind of animal. But it definitely looks atmospheric. Perfect timing to read this because we're in the winter. And yeah. The next three books are all fantasy books. Again, highly recommended from a lot of the booktubers that I watch. This first one is called The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. All I know about this is the magic is bone shard magic, and there is an animal companion in this book. I'm excited to read about the animal companion in this book because I've heard a lot about that. So I believe the second book just recently came out as well. So there's that. The next book is called Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. Again, highly recommended. Magic system in this book sounds really cool. From what I understand is they can scribe things on certain objects and manipulate what they can and can't do. I'm not sure anything else beyond that, but it sounded really intriguing to me, so I'm excited to read this. This is a series as well. I'm not sure how many are out right now. I want to say 2 or 3, but not 100% sure. I'm so excited this book was on the shelves in the library. I think I squealed and embarrass myself when I grab this book. But it is the third book in the Bone Green Saga series, Jade Legacy by Fonda. I have the first two books on paperback, and I was waiting to get the third one because I needed them all to match, of course, and it's only out in hardcover right now. So I saw this in the library, and this is an Asian mafia-inspired fantasy series. It is fantastic. The characters in it are so amazing. The magic system is so cool. There's like two families warring against each other for territory and power, and there's politics and drama ensues, and it is fantastic. And I hear this one is a tearjerker, so but I can't wait to finish this series. The last three books that I have are books that I purchased, and the first one is Persuasion by Jane Austen. I got this from Amazon. I love this cover. There's actually quite a few of her books that have this like it almost is like Twilight inspired covers, but I have Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and I feel like there's another one. Oh, and Emma. And now I have Persuasion. So one of my goals this year is to read more classics. I have read most of Jane Austen's books, but it's been a really long time, so I'm excited to kind of jump back into reading her books because I love them. Alright, and the next book is a science fiction book, a continuation in a series, and that is Abaddon's Gate by James S.A. Corey. It is part of the Expanse series. It is a space opera series set in space. I love it. My name's Venus. Why not? Of course. The last two books that I bought from Barnes & Noble are probably my favorite purchases out of these, and that is going to be the start of the Age of Madness series. So I have A Little Hatred and the second book, The Trouble with Peace, and they are by Joe Abercrombie. This is another fantasy series. The first part of this world is called the First Law Trilogy. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All I have to say is Gladka. Gladka. If you've read it, then you know. But if not, he is one of my favorite character in the series so far. So from what I understand, this takes place a little further in the future from where the last series ended. There's also standalones in between this that I have to start reading first, but I knew that I was going to continue with this series, so when I saw that they were there, I bought them. But it's grim, dark fantasy, very high on character development. Some people say there's no plot, but I feel like maybe in the first book, it's not that there's no plot, it's just that you're getting to know the characters so much, and then kind of like towards the end of the first book, you're starting to see like where it's going and where the plot's building up at. So it's not that there's no plot to me. I just think, we get there eventually. That's all I have. I think it was a pretty good haul. I'm excited that I am transitioning into getting more library books, trying to save some money and only purchasing books that I know for sure that I'm either gonna love or want to keep on my shelf. So that's it for my book haul for January. I'm excited about digging into these books. I hope you enjoyed yourself seeing me stumble through this. This is my first video. This is my first booktube video. So if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, and I am so excited to be a part of this community, and I will see you soon. See ya.